I hope you all can see me because I can barely see a thing on this camera right now. The sun's so bright, screen's dark, and then this hat over me, I look like a shadow on screen. I'm Angelo, filmmaker in LA. I've been living in my car for 10 months, and I have my first LA movie premiere coming with a role played by me. So I'll link to it in the description. If you're in the LA area, you can go September 13th to, I forget the end date, but there's going to be a block of shorts. I think it's called Sea of Shorts. So it's a bunch of short films. Mine, the one I worked on, is called A Stark Reality. I was in the art department for it, and then I also played a role in it. And you'll see me. It's not like I'm just in the background somewhere. I'm going to be at the September 13th screening of it. It's in Santa Monica. It's like the Laumle Santa Monica Theater or something. I'm not sure how to pronounce it exactly, but I'll put all the info in the description. But literally, like the Laumle, like Laemmle, Santa Monica Theater, I think. But it's in Santa Monica, so if you're in the Santa Monica area, this movie is coming to a theater near you. If you're not in the LA area, Santa Monica, don't even watch this video. Just stop the video, click stop right now, and apologize in the comments saying, I'm sorry for watching, but I can't come see the movie. Because this is a message for people, like if this is coming to a theater near you, but only if you're in LA. And don't make me be a liar by you watching it and not being near LA. Come on. It's code of conduct, whatever. So that's pretty cool. And the 13th, the reason I'll be there, there's going to be a reception apparently afterward, and I guess the cast and crew are going to be there. There were two directors for the movie, one of whom, crap, I'll put I forget his last name, but I'll put, he's, whatever. He's on Film Courage. He's been interviewed there a few times, and now I have a video on Film Courage, the second channel as well. And he was the director of the first movie I came out here to work on, and I recognized him and from Film Courage, or I thought I did, and then Film Courage uploaded a video, an interview with him the same day I worked with him, my first day on set with him. So anyways, the cast and crew are going to be there, or as many people as possible from there, and I'll be there too on the 13th. And it's the block of shorts that plays at 4 o'clock. The name of the film, I didn't even get to the name of it, A Stark Reality. I think it had a subtitle as well, but maybe that was just like the working title, because on the schedule for the Laumle Theater, however it's pronounced, it's called A Stark Reality. So check that out. It's a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. 4 days that I was on it. I don't know if it only shot 4 days or maybe there were other shooting days, but I was on it for 4 days, and it was a good project. So be there if you can. Check that out. What else? Did I have some other announcement? It's cloudy in LA for once. That's cool. So now the clouds came over finally, so it's way cooler today. It actually feels like kind of a fall day. Because the sun causes all the heat here. It's not like Virginia where it's a ton of humidity, and even at night it stays hot. Once the clouds are out, the temperature drops. It's really nice. Very comfortable. I could sleep last night comfortably in my car without too much change in temperature this morning. It's weird when I sleep extremely well. Like last night I managed to. I probably slept 8.5, 9 hours or so. It's weird. I'm like, oh, my body's not used to feeling this clear on everything. And I got up a little too late and all that crap. I'm trying to also go to a writer's workshop tonight with a writer who's a writing instructor, or I don't know if she's a writer or just a writing instructor, but she's written a book called The Nutshell Technique, Jill Chamberlain. So I'm going to try and go to that tonight. I think I will. Like some kind of writing workshop with her. I'm like, that's great. I got to do that. Hey, did you all see the public access programming that I did? The houses. That's a show, and let me sleep on it. Got another one coming Thursday. If you haven't seen in my, soon scheduled videos to be premiering, my interpretation, or what is it? Interpretive dance. I was going to say interpretational dance. Still dealing with the same issues of the car, money. I did get my first paid job in a while, but that job came and went. It's great, don't get me wrong, it helps a lot. But I've been applying to a ton of jobs still on Craigslist. And oh, also, so I want to do something else at the public access place. I want to shoot a movie there. I don't know if we'll be able to, because, you know, everybody who's a part of it has got to agree to it. But I want to shoot a movie. And so how would we do that? Because it's a small studio, and the cameras are on these giant, like, wheeled tripods, basically tripods on dollies. So it's like, how would we do that? Well, you do it kind of like Tim and Eric Night Live to me. It's like, make it like a little, like, there's no hiding. It's a public access thing, and I'm not trying to hide it. I'm fully letting people know this is a public access film, a movie, like a 90-minute film, maybe not quite that long, but make it so like there's actually like a range of emotions you feel in the whole thing. And so I'm trying to write notes on what that would be, because we're not doing a, you know, tight script, just outline it with all the major points we have to hit. And hopefully, I mean, maybe we'll stick to that, maybe not. But what would you all think of that? Would you watch a public access movie? To me, it kind of reminds me of Tim and Eric Night Live, especially, well, every episode. That was some of my favorite stuff that Tim and Eric ever did, because I love the idea that the camera's just staying there on Tim and Eric and their guests, even after they kind of should stop, or they would stop on a regular show, talk show, because talk shows move so fast. Late night talk shows, you look at the conversations they had 30 years ago compared to now. Before, they used to be slowed down, lots of pauses. Now, you get the sense of how they've made it much more professional, but so the conversations are much louder, they're much more energetic, they keep moving forward. They're supposed to be very, very entertaining. They're not like real conversations. I don't know if they ever necessarily were, but they definitely, at least, because, you know, always in an interview, you're talking for an audience in mind. But they're much like louder now and faster paced, and they're meant to be entertaining at all moments and attention grabbing. And if the energy ever drops, somebody's got to pick it up again. So I love Tim and Eric Night Live, how the camera would keep rolling when it would be quiet. And it was hilarious, and especially the last episode when there's a camera in like the makeup room, the green room, for like 10 minutes it feels like, and it's just kind of awkwardly framed, and it's barely got the, like, from the shoulder up of like whoever's in the dressing room. And then a huge argument breaks out, and Tim and Eric get in a huge fight, and they're throwing cake at each other, or I think Tim was throwing cake at Eric. I gotta watch that again. Man, that stuff was hilarious. But something like that, where it's like a whole story and a range of emotions. It's obviously not going to be shot like, you know, a regular movie. It's going to be with public access cameras. We got 3 cameras there. Maybe I'll edit in footage shot on my phone or something too. But what do y'all think of that? That would be cool, huh? A 90-minute movie. And so it's not just like 2 people talking for 90 minutes. It's a whole range of emotions, a whole story of, like, I'm trying to think, what would it be? Like, you know, us trying to make a show and it going wrong and going even more wrong, and it gets kind of epic in scope, and you can't believe how many complications are piling onto each other with, you know, a given premise. Again, like Tim and Eric Night Live, so much stuff happening, excuse me. So I'm going to start however I can, as simple, even if I just have to write out emotions at first and say it starts this way, changes to this emotion 5 minutes in, 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, whatever, 15, 20 minutes in, maybe 5-minute increments are good to think about. So it's always evolving and changing, and then grafting a story onto that, because I don't want to waste time. You know, we only have certain times we can shoot. There's a giant fly next to me, and I'm not trying to hit it or anything, but look at that. See flies that big. So maybe that'll be something I work on at the writing workshop tonight. I don't know. because that's a great challenge. Think about it. That could be hilarious. We could have sequels to it too, and all in a public access studio, very small area, basically like, I think in the actual, not in the whole studio, but like the stage area itself where you shoot. It can only fit like a few of these benches, and a few, like 3 or 5 maybe, of these benches at most. It's very small, but that to me makes it even cooler. Like, we're all trapped. It could be like, you know, one of those old sitcoms. Remember, every fucking sitcom did this, where they'd have an episode where it's like everybody gets stuck in like a giant pantry or the refrigerator, or like a giant industrial sized refrigerator at like a grocery store or something, and everybody's locked in, and then they talk about stuff that happened on previous episodes. Like, wait a minute, like Family Man, or I know did that, where everybody gets locked in, and then somebody will come in, and they're like, wait, don't close the door, and then they lock it. They're like, oh, like Steve here is complaining about this, and what about Aunt Harriet and all this, and then they'd go into a story about stuff that happened before, Step by Step, with Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Somers. I think they did that too. So maybe something like that. It's like where we're all trapped in there, and we're all like at each other's throats, basically, like angry at each other. Like, how are we going to survive this? What are we going to do? And gets dramatic and funny, you know, something. Just put energy into it. Anyways, it is weird feeling like I'm totally well rested. That is so weird. I haven't felt like this in a while. I worked out well today, and got up too. I gotta do something about getting up earlier. But I need so much sleep. That's my problem. I need to sleep so much. I can't help it. I gotta wear myself out, or wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm looking at this fly again. It's still over here. So let me know what you think about that. If you're in the LA area, you want to come out to see my first film that I've worked on here, and as well as my first film role. I have more than one now. I'm in another film too, but this one's a feature. A few weeks ago, I was working on it, and that it's longer off, you know, as to when that'll be completed. This one, A Stark Reality, shot about 4 months ago. So again, September 13th, I'll be there at the Santa Monica Theater, I guess. I think it's Santa Monica Theater, or it's something else, because it's like it's like a small chain of theaters, like a regional chain of like 10 of them or 6 of them or something. I forget, like a Mosaic. Like, is Angelica Mosaic a thing around the country? They have those around DC, like a few Angelica Mosaics or Mosaic theaters or whatever. Is that like a company name, or is that just like something like Cinematheque? Like, it's just a name that is just in movie history. I don't know. I learn more about movie history, but that'll be the 13th. I'll be there at the 4 o'clock block of shorts. I may try. I want to try, and so that's 3 days from now. I want to try and go there earlier. I want to see all the shorts. So the 2 o'clock block, and then the 4 o'clock one too, and then there'll be a reception afterwards, and myself and some of the other cast and crew will be there. So check out the so check out the public access stuff I've been doing. That's kind of a dream for me to do this stuff. Also, remember, send mail. I got mail now. And Alex Proyas, one of my favorite directors, is building his own independent film studio in Sydney, Australia. I wish it was around here, but so check that. He's going to be building it. Who knows what he'll be making. And remember, he was a guy, so he made some of my favorite movies, and I reached out to him when I was like 17. He had a website where you could ask him questions. He had a message board, so it's like he was ahead of the curve as far as and he put his short films on there. He made animated films that he put on there that are not around anywhere now. They were about like dimension hopping crime fighters or something, and it was very pulpy, kind of cool, like a comic book. He had those kind of shorts on his website, as well as his short films and some music videos from earlier in his career, and eventually he couldn't maintain the website anymore, and there weren't enough visitors, I guess. But that was very cool. I would ask him questions on there, probably annoying questions, because I was 17, didn't know better. But that was very cool, and he remembered me from that years later when he got on Facebook. So he was ahead of the curve on all that, and now he's sort of, I don't know if he's one of the first like directors who's directed, you know, some successful films, and films that, you know, struggled to get an audience and have found them later, like Dark City. But now that he's doing this independent film studio, check out his YouTube channel, see what he makes on there, and tell him Angelo sent you. Also, watch Dad on YouTube. If you don't know who Dad is, I'll link to him in the comments and description. Go to the comments, tell Dad Angelo sent you. Those videos are great. This epic sweeping storyline that's happening on there. It's like this soap opera with people who talk in telepathy, and it's a documentary. It's all real. So anyways, again, tell him Angelo sent you. You'll like those videos from Dad. My ears are throbbing from seeing a movie. I saw it, Bad Magic, from the Polonia brothers, a VHS movie without earplugs in, because it's weird. When the audience laughs, it was at this little small space for cult movie fans. I want to be able to hear how loud they are so I don't laugh too loud too. And I was sitting in the very front, and god damn, my ears are stinging after that 2 days later. Anyways, check out all those links in the description. Check out A Stark Reality in theaters if you're in LA. If you're not in LA, do not watch this video. You should not be watching. Oh, alright, maybe you can watch. Alright, bye.